And I'd like to welcome you all to our Apps for Seniors session today. It is Older Americans Month for the month of May. So I hope you guys learned something new and be able to utilize some of the resources and apps that we go over today in your daily life. And I'd love to hear of any experiences you may have already had with some of these apps or ideas. Okay? The WildTech DC Senior Digital Equity Program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information, any apps or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. If you cannot see me, hear me, or see the screen, please let me know in the chat. Let's make sure to keep our TVs and cell phones in mind to give ourselves the most immersive experience, and make sure to take those notes or screenshots so you can review that information for later and practice some of those skills or apps that we talked about. So that way you can, fully utilize them, in your daily life. So again, those notes and screenshots, make sure you utilize those to go over the things in our session. Today, we're going to be talking about all about National Older Americans Month. We're going to be navigating some apps together, so a game, some resources that you can utilize, some well-known orgs that you may be familiar with and how you can interact with them straight from your iPad. And then last but not least, we're going to have our overview discussion and talk about how these different apps and ideas can improve your daily life. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So first up, we are going to go over Older Americans Month, and in between, we're actually going to go over our apps. So we're going to go over some info, then an app, rinse and repeats, okay? So first up, just, for us to talk and, get our skin in the game, you know what I'm saying? I have this quote here from a Samuel Ullman, and this is what he had shared. So, and I would love for you guys to share any thoughts on this quote. I think it's very, definitely appropriate for our session, but for anyone. Samuel Ullman was a businessman and a poet. He was born in 1848 in Germany, but he came to America here, and he's pretty well known for his poetry. He shared that nobody grows old by merely living a number of years. We grow old by deserting our ideals. Years may wrinkle the skin, but to give up enthusiasm wrinkles the soul. I'm going to read that one more time. Nobody grows old by merely by living a number of years. We grow old by deserting our ideals. Years may wrinkle the skin, but to give up enthusiasm wrinkles the soul. What do you all think this means? You can raise your hand and share. I'd love to hear that. See if you guys have any thoughts. What does this quote mean to you? How do you interpret this quote? Any thoughts? I think it's a great quote, and it's definitely applicable to all. Thank you, Gracie. What would you like to share?
There's a saying by age is just a number.
Mm-hmm.
If you really believe that, then you don't go somewhere and sit in a corner. You continue. If you got ideals and things that you want to do or you feel you can do, that means do it. I feel you can do anything you really want to. Always, I was raised with that thought in mind that you can do anything and be anything you want to be, but you got to put the effort there. And so the years may wrinkle the skin. Yeah, well, you're going to get old unless you got a lot of money. Your skin's going to wrinkle. But if you give up that enthusiasm or that zest for life that you have and you go sit in a corner, become a potato or whatever they call it, then your soul just slowly dies. It wrinkles the soul. You give up on life. And that's why I was out today. Because I was not going to sit in this house on the beautiful day. I got out and walked and went places until I got tired. Then I rushed back to be in class with you all.
Oh, I love that, Miss Gracie. And I think you part about the ideals. I don't think it's like ideals as in our like beliefs in a way, but I think they're talking about like the norm. We always have to innovate within ourselves and be enthusiastic about different things because there's
Hmm.
many different things in life. You know, the world is so big. You know, we sometimes think of it as so small, but there's really so much out there. So
Yeah. That
if
song about keep on pushing. You gotta keep on pushing.
I appreciate that, Miss Gracie. I
Yep.
agree with everything you shared.
Hmm.
Thank you so much. Would anyone else like to share on this quote? Maybe one more person. You can also unmute yourself. Okay, Anne, go ahead. What do you think of this quote?
I just want to piggyback on Gracie and to say that you've brought people on that have given us ideas of things that we like to do but aren't able to do them like we used to
Mm-hmm.
because we are handicapped maybe a little bit or not able to do go in the yard and dig a hole anymore. Thanks to Gracie, this year I will have a garden again. I had well somebody stole mine last year,
Oh.
I've but I've gotten more go bags and I've got it started and so and I'm getting my plants back thanks to the other lady and keeping my plants alive. So and you're right, you can do anything you want to do. I've seen people in wheelchairs that are doing stuff that maybe we thought we couldn't do. Uh, look at that. Look, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing this world become better because I see that even though we have a person that is trying to downgrade handicapped people are showing them they got more brains than they got.
Oh yeah, you know we got to keep it positive and all that good stuff. And I really appreciate that. And you got to be able to, as you said, try new things and be enthusiastic. And yeah, just by coming on, you know, your enthusiasm is definitely there and it shines. And hope again, learning something new and doing new things gives you a new lease on life. So I really appreciate you sharing, man.
Well, I made up my mind that because I couldn't run around and do the things that I used to do, I've learned how to do things that I can sit down and do.
Oh yeah, just doing it a different way to do
Different
the same
way,
thing,
yes.
and that's okay because everyone is different. So you keep doing that. I believe in you, man. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, we got one more. Okay, I got you, Miss Louise, real quick. What does this quote mean to you? What do you think?
I just think that we have to keep on living.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stop living. And even though you can, if you have one arm, you do what you can with the one.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's some people who don't have any arm. And I see them with babies. I say, Lord of mercy, how do they change the diaper? They use their feet and everything else. So you cannot give up on life. When you give up on life, you know you're just ready to leave this world. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to keep on doing what you always do and expect that the next day is going to be better or the next minute is going to be better. And thank God for the gift of life. Yes.
Hmm. Kudos to that, Miss Louise. You gotta, you know, you always gotta think that everything will be better. If your mind is
Yes.
a powerful thing, you can't put bad things in your mind. If you do, bad things will
We,
happen. You gotta keep it positive. And
yeah.
what you shared, yes, that's so true. I mean, gratefulness and thankfulness. Gratefulness is like a more deep appreciation for something. Thankfulness is more like emotive and what's going on now. But both of those things is helps us stay enthusiastic because we're
Yeah.
so blessed in many ways. So we have to use those blessings while we're still here, and
Yes.
you know, for the good in the world, and you know, when you help others, you also help yourself. So I appreciate you sharing that, Miss Louise.
Yeah. Always believe the sun is going to shine tomorrow, even if there's
I know that's right, Miss Louise. It sure, even if it rains, the sun
even
will
if
still
it rains. The rain just says it's a blessing. Accept the things you
shine.
cannot change.
Yes, so I love that, Miss Louise. Thank you so much. The you three that just shared, you all had all different points of view with the same quote. It was just so beautiful to see. So I hope you all learned something from each other as well. Thank you all so much. I love that. So yes, May is National Older Americans Month. So kudos to you guys. It was established in 1963 and honors older Americans and celebrates their contributions to the nation. Each year, a different theme highlights various aspects of aging and the contributions of older adults. Communities across the country use this month to acknowledge the resilience, strength, and vitality of older adults through various events, programs, and activities designed to engage and support them. So let's see. Moment. Our first app that we're going to cover today, thank you again, just making sure that we're going on the right path, is the DACL app, the Prominent Agent and Community Living app, that you can utilize to access different DACL information, share insights, and support interactions with other DC services. So if you need assistance with pretty much anything, really, DACL can really guide you to the right place, the right people, or the right folks, or the right contact information for you to receive that assistance that you all, deserve. So we're going to go over the app and you'll see what you can do on it. So let's go to the App Store on your device. This should be already on your iPads. Again, it's been a while, so I'm going to go to the app anyway here in the App Store. And that way you can see more information about any app that you want to learn more about. So not just this app, but any app. There are 2 million apps on the App Store. So, I'm typing in DACL for the search. How did I get there? Again, I went to the App Store, okay? And then at the top is the toolbar. So if you've updated your iPad to the latest version, your toolbar should be at the top right here. You hit that magnifying glass, and then the keyboard will come up, and then you can type in what you'd like to search for. But you can also just hit games, app stories, and more of that bar, and you can also bring the keyboard up that way as well. So either way, you can hit the magnifying glass or the bar to then type in what you want. So here's the DACL app, DACL, and it appears right here on the top right-hand side. So it's very easy to access, okay? I'm going to hit the share button here on the right-hand side. Again, the share button is all throughout, the iPads, Apple devices. So when you see this button, this square with arrow, that is the share button, okay? I'm gonna hit copy link. You can mail it, you can iMessage it, you can send it to others. So please share these apps with others so they can utilize it on their device too. So if they have an Android device, of course they won't be able to open it on the App Store, but there's probably on their Android device, it's on their Play Store, okay? Play Store is for Android devices, App Store is for Apple devices. So if they have an Android device, then tell them to check out the DACL app so they can search it in almost the same manner that we searched it today, okay? But I'm gonna copy the link here. Again, all of these links that we're gonna go over today for the apps are in our daily email. If you tap on the icon for the DACL app, you'll be able to then access it. So even when we leave the session today, make sure you check out that daily email. But try downloading it or checking it out while we're here on the call, okay? That way you can follow along and then see if you have any questions, okay? So here's the DACL app, okay? And we're going to open it, all right? Let's see what it has to offer. So welcome, DACL serves district residents 60 and up, adults living with disabilities, and caregivers in Washington, D.C. Okay, so again, if you know anyone that is 16 and up, if you know anyone that's 18 and up living with a disability, and both of their caregivers, and just let them know that DACL is there to assist. They may not know that it exists, which is understandable. There's like 750,000, 800,000 people in DC. There's about 100,000 seniors. So there's bound to be some folks that aren't aware of DACL yet. So please be sure to share this information with them. So at the bottom, here's the toolbar. So you can you can utilize different functions with the toolbar. First up is the home page. So pretty self-explanatory. If you want to go to the DACL website, you click on DACL website, and it takes you straight to DACL's website. You can go to Safari, type in dacl.dc.gov, and do the same thing. But look at all these resources here in the front. So amazing, right? I would look at all services right here. First up to see all the different services. So if you all need any of these services, okay, you guys or those watching on YouTube, this is the site to look at. So if you adult protective services, Alzheimer's benefits assistance, right? Caregiver programs, case management, EPD waiver, lead agencies, LGBTQ programs, nutrition, safe at home, senior centers, transportation. Any of these things that you see here that you may want to know more about or participate in, this is the site to take advantage of, okay? So even let's go to nutrition, for example. So they talk about community dining sites. So there are over 40 dining sites throughout, the DC area. Food for choice, home delivered meals. There's nutrition counseling, nutrition education throughout the district, right? So a lot of these services, I'm so happy that we've brought them to you guys through our providers. But any additional ones here, please utilize as well. Events by DACL, so DACL events that are going on. Okay, Senior Fest is going on tomorrow. I did hear that they are relocating due to the weather, so I'm not sure on that, but I'm sure you guys, or if you're attending, you may know. There's the East of the River, Flip the Script on Aging. So yes, for Older Americans Month, they have this session going on. So here are just some of the community events that are going on. You can also search for different events here. So you can do that. Around Town DC events. So this takes you to aroundtowndc.org. Okay, so you can see all the different events. Look at this. Isn't this amazing right here in May 2025? What's going on? So on Wednesdays, so today's Tuesday. Let's look at Tuesdays. Tuesdays. Right now, what's going on? If I zoom in, look at all these different things that are going on. Line dance lesson at Iona Senior Services with Karen. Sewing and mending cafe at Iona with Eddie. Virtual fine arts lesson with Dominique from 1 to 2. 2 to 3 yoga at Palisades Library. Virtual mystery short story group 5 to 6. Isn't that cool, right? Wow. Morning walk. Lots of different events here from around town. Please check it out as well. They have this key here as well. So enjoy that. DACL Ask the Director. Again, just looking through, you can ask the director any questions. So you fill out this form, your name, your address, number, the subject, your message, and you can submit it. So if you want to ask the DACL director anything, you can do it straight from here or share any, you'll be able to share concerns in another part, but share any questions, share anything you'd like to ask. Call and talk. So you can also do that as well. Pretty self-explanatory, call and talk. They have the link for the District Direct mobile app where you can access your, SNAP, Medicaid, public benefits. You can check on that here. I'm going up over that a little bit. There's 311's website here. If they should update it. That's one thing that I can notify the App Store and them to update is that link. I know it's 311.dc.gov, but that may have changed. And they actually have our organization here too. So it takes you straight to our YouTube channel. So this is also another way for folks to check out our YouTube channel right here. Okay, you can submit a complaint. What the complaint is, pretty broad right here. Your name, can we contact you, email, phone, zip code, please explain your complaint. So again, if you have anything to share, any comments, any criticism, any additions, anything you want to share, please utilize the submit a complaint button right here. You have your hotlines. So look at that. You have DACL's general hotline number, so 724-5626. That is DACL's general hotline number. They have 301's number. They have Adult Protective Services number here as well. So these are the hotlines that you can take advantage of. And then we have a live chat. So this is a virtual assistant. So before starting a live chat, please tell me your name. Okay, let me type in Alex. Let me do that. Let me see what it says. And this is the virtual assistant, live chat service. A real person will be here to assist you soon. To please type your question or issue into the chat. Isn't that amazing? You can chat with DACL. You've reached DACL's live chat service. You'll always speak to a real person on this chat. An agent will be with you shortly. You can contact us at the general hotline number. You can end the chat by hitting the top right. So if you don't feel like calling, hey, you can use the chat feature. It says an agent will be sure. Ooh, there you go. Hello, my name's Chad. How can I assist you today? Oh my goodness, isn't that amazing, right? This live chat here. Hi, China. Thank you for your quick response. Just testing out the live chat. I am demoing this app for seniors to utilize. Isn't that amazing? You can, if you have a concern, there you go. You can type it in and get a live person. So you can either call them, you can submit a complaint, you can use the live chat, you can use the hotline, you can go to the home and look at some of the other options like 311 District Direct, see events. So that's the DACO app, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it and are able to utilize it. If you like this app, if you want to use it in the future, if you're going to use it for different things, if you're going to share it with your fellow members or friends, family, community, please raise your hand in Zoom. And we, again, love to see from you. If you're going to use this app, if you're going to download it, check it out, share it with your friends and family, please raise your hand here in Zoom. And look at that. I'm actually getting a response. They're actually typing. Isn't that, again, amazing? You can do a live chat and they will send you a response. So hopefully we'll get a response in just a second, okay? Yeah, it's like, hi, Alex, no problem. Please let me know if there's anything I can assist with. Wow, isn't that amazing? Look, and live chat. There you go. Please type chat to connect with a live agent. If you're ever gonna, try to send another message or you have another request, all you gotta do is type agent and then you will find another live agent. So that was a live chat. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for participating. Okay. All right. Thanks so much for your patience, you all. Okay. One moment. All right. Our next thing for today is we're going to go over, again, Older Americans Month and what it is and the theme for this month. So this is from acl.gov, so their official website. Every May, the Administration for Community Living, ACL, leads the nation's observance of Older Americans Month. The 2025 theme, Flip the Script on Aging, focuses on transforming how society perceives, talks about, and approaches aging. It encourages individuals and communities to challenge stereotypes and dispel misconceptions. We join us in honoring older adults' contributions, for staying active and engaged as we age, and highlighting the opportunities for purpose, exploration, and connection that come with aging. This is a very amazing site. I actually have not checked this out, even last year, so I'm glad to have learned this. I'm going to share it with you all here in the chat, hopefully this link, because look on the right-hand side, it says go to acl.gov, right? If you go to acl.gov, look at that. If you need to find help for yourself or another older adult or disabled person, okay, what do you need help with? You tap on that. Look at these different options that come up. So getting started. Look at that. So look, not sure where to begin. The ACL funds 2 national hotlines that you can use to connect people to local services. So there's something called the Elder Care Locator, trustworthy local support resources. There's also something called the Disability Information and Access Line, which connects disabled people to a broad range of local services to support community living. Isn't that amazing? And these other resources too. So you can start there just by calling your hotline. But if you want to connect to a specific program or services, you tap on that option here. Look at that. Assistive technology, hurricane response, support for people with limb loss, long-term care ombudsman, planning, meals and nutrition programs, people with disabilities, people living with paralysis, to supporting people with developmental disabilities and their families. I mean, that's amazing, right? Paralysis Resource Center. People with disabilities, find your local center for independent living. We've actually had the DC Center for Independent Living on before, so That's great. But this is again a real service. Meals and nutrition programs. Look at that, dietary guidelines for Americans, nutrition.gov, SNAP, National Institute on Aging. You can, again, that elder care locator, you can call them. So here's even the number for them, that you can find meal programs in your areas. Who knows? If you've never called them before, you may not know or may learn about a new service that you may have not known before, right? So this is the elder care locator. So this is for anything, right? But if you want to find meal programs, make sure you call that number or save that number, okay? acl.gov. Again, I'm gonna put this in the chat so you all can check it out. Hope these are helpful for you guys and your families as well, okay? And your community members. That's all we're doing for today, is talking about how we can assist and help our older Americans. There's online tools and resources. I love this. I mean, I love this site. It has so many different things. So even housing, right? HUD, disabled persons, senior citizens, non-elderly disabled vouchers, NED vouchers. I've never heard of NED vouchers. So if you know someone that is not elderly and needs, a voucher, that's, check that out, right? Leading age, many different informations here for seniors. Healthy living, caregiver resources, right? Family caregiver resources, National Alliance for Caregiving. There's so many things out there. So I hope you guys take advantage. And then for this article, right, or video right here, this is from DC News Now. And this is to showcase on doctor shares signs to look out for in senior health. So I hope you guys enjoy. I found this video very helpful, and please take down some of the information that she shared. It was quite informational and very useful. Hope you guys enjoy.
Month, and this is a chance to raise awareness about the unique health challenges some may face. So joining us now, we have Dr. Diana Lake here to share the most common reasons seniors end up in the ER and ways to be safe. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start off with the most common reasons older adults end up in the emergency room.
The big ones are stroke, heart attacks, COPD, which is a breathing condition, pneumonia, infection. Those are the big ones that they'll come in with.
And so with that, what can families look out for? Like, are there any signs or anything that, because some seniors, older Americans, they might not be able to really communicate what's going on?
Absolutely. So the big ones, like I was mentioning, is stroke and heart attack. Those are the big ones. About 800,000 cases of stroke come into the emergency department every year in the United States. So the big signs that you want to look for is your family member, or it could be you, right? Especially if you're over 65, your risk for stroke is, significantly higher.
Yeah.
So what you want to look for is, are you having a facial droop, difficulty speaking, difficulty finding your words, weakness on one side. Some people may notice they can't pick up a cup. They wake up in the morning and, they can't move that one side, or their face is droopy. They're falling even, some of them, because of the weakness. So the big thing you want to do for a family member when you notice this, call 911, right? Because you have 4.5 hours to 6 hours where we can actually do something to reverse the stroke. We can give medications within 3 to 4.5 hours. And if they need to go to surgery, they have up to 6 hours for that. So for stroke specifically, it's very important to get them in as soon as possible.
Okay, that's good information there. I'm definitely taking notes. My family, we take care of my grandma. Falling, that is a major risk for some older adults. How do you prevent that? Are there any things that we can do to prevent falling?
Absolutely. So if you have an elderly person in your home, the one thing you want to do is fall-proof the home. Okay. Right? You want to make sure there aren't any carpets that they could trip on. You want to make sure that there's night lights. If they're moving around at night, sometimes they have to go to the bathroom. And you want to make sure that they have some kind of lighting so they don't trip. A lot of times in the ER, we're seeing people come in with falls who are functional women or men, and they break a hip or a shoulder, and they're pretty much down, it's a downward spiral for a lot of them after that. So making sure that you fall-proof the home would be one one great way to, prevent them from coming in for falls.
Okay, and we're running out of time, but lastly, I really need to know this. What's the difference, ER or urgent care? Like, how do you know where to take them?
Great question. So urgent care typically will have things like blood work, urinalysis, maybe even an x-ray. They're not going to have an MRI. They're not going to have a CT scanner. If you need to have, say for example, you have chest pain, or you have a confused adult, right? A confused elderly person, you really don't want to bring them to the urgent care for that, because confusion could be low glucose, it could be infection, it could be, they're having sepsis. It could be pneumonia, urinary tract infection in an elderly would make them confused. So confusion in an elderly, that's something you want to take to, a hospital. You don't want to take them to an urgent care. Urgent care could be for like cold symptoms or a rash or, something that's smaller, but anything with shortness of breath, chest pain, weakness, fever, confusion, you want to bring them to the emergency department.
Wow, Dr. Lake, there seems like an infinite amount of things that you got to look out for, but thank you so much. This is really helpful.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
We'll be.
Wow, I love that video. They talked about 3 different things. They talked about going to urgent care versus the emergency room. That's a great thing to keep in mind. The signs of a stroke for yourself or for others, and how to prevent falls. So some of the things, we've had, again, our providers, different guests come on to share, but I love that video. You can unmute yourself. Any quick thoughts? What did you learn, or what did you like about the video? You can unmute yourself and share.
Right back after the break.
I learned the difference between taking someone to urgent care and taking them to the hospital. Because I've had that question before, when do you take someone to the emergency room as opposed to just a local urgent care? So if you're confused or weak, she said if you're weak. Now that's interesting. If you're weak, you go to the emergency room, and if you're confused, you go to the emergency room. So I learned the difference between taking the person one place or the other.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, so I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So much, Sherilyn. Okay, and then Louise, you can unmute yourself, and then I think we'll go on. Thank you for that. And then, okay, Miss Celeste, I got you. So we got Miss Louise.
I am. A couple weeks ago, I felt weak. And I went to I knew they have an MRI when I go to the Kaiser urgent care. So I went there and they did an MRI. They said I didn't have a stroke. So that was good. They do all the other stuff too. But it depends on what urgent care. If you know that they have the x-ray and the MRI,
Oh, I love that, Louise. Yes, if you know your hospital, again, not every facility is going to have the same thing, even though in the video it said urgent care may not have those things. Some may do. So it's just, kind of being aware of maybe what's available at your PCP,
Yeah.
That's some good advice, Miss Louise. I'm so happy you knew that and you were able to figure that situation out.
Yeah, I didn't have a stroke, thank God.
I love that. I appreciate that, Miss Louise. Thank you. All right, Miss Celeste, what did you learn from the video before we go on to our next section?
I found it interesting as a person who has fallen before. I like when she said, foolproof your home from falling.
Yes.
That, because I haven't had it fallen twice, and they moved rugs and cords and that sort of thing. So I found that interesting. I was glad she mentioned that.
I really appreciate that. Tori has taught us so many things. So yes, we definitely got to fall proof our homes. So, no matter what age you are, because one little mishap or accident can unfortunately cause some longer term things. So we always just got to be careful. I appreciate that, Miss Celeste. We always got to take care of ourselves, okay? We got to take care of ourselves. We get to be the best version of ourselves. Things happen, but let's try to mitigate the chances of those things happening by mindfulness and planning, okay? Always give yourself a second or two to do anything in life, okay? so you don't rush anything, make any rash decisions, all that good stuff. So I'm glad you guys got that from the video. Our next app or apps is actually this, link from DC, government website. These various apps can be used for various purposes. So I'm actually going to go into some of these different apps. I'm going to share this link with you all, and I'll let you guys know that some of these apps are not functional. It's been a while since this actual page has been updated, but they have some good apps here that do still, of course, are working. Okay, so this first one right here, this one, it says Ask DC is no longer functioning on Apple, so I'll move on from that. But again, 311 Smart App. 311 has their own app that you can take advantage of, where you can use it to send pictures and requests. Again, we just had our guest from Age Friendly DC talk about the 311 app and how useful it is. So this is the app in here in the App Store. It should be already on your iPads as well. So here's the app. And I recommend you check it out. And that way you can put in service requests for 311. Make sure you re-look at that video that we did from Age Friendly DC. So that way you can see all the different things you can ask for services for. Okay, so here's the link for specifically the DC 311 app. Okay, another app that you can utilize. Let's see. District Direct. Again, this app here allows you to look at your benefits for district residents, such as SNAP and Medicaid, and that way you can update or do your yearly renewals or your updates, your eligibility. You can see all of that status here in the District Direct app. So again, if you're on SNAP and or Medicaid, make sure you download the app so you can see the status of your applications and making sure that you guys are good to go, so you can receive those benefits that you deserve and on a consistent manner. So this is the District Direct app. For this one, but because the 311 app we talked about a bit, who uses District Direct? Please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, if you use it for if you've used it to update your SNAP benefits or check it out or utilized it before or heard of it, it's a very good app. Okay. To stay updated and again keep putting in your verification every year for those benefits. It's so much easier to do it online. So I love using the app, especially when I more used it a few years ago than maybe today. But it was a very, very easy app. I loved how it kept you updated on things. Another app that you can use, this one is called let's see, if I open again, I'm hitting Apple, right, to go to the Apple link. So again, that one I just showed. This one, it says Office of the Chief Financial Officer app, does not exist anymore. That's okay. HSEMA mobile app, what's that? Again, I'm going to hit Apple, open, and look, did you all know that Homeland Security and Emergency Management Agency has an app? No one's ever ready for an emergency, but you can be prepared. Look at that. If there's ever an emergency, you can know how to protect yourself and your family. So look at that. With this app, you can alert DC. So look, alert DC, water, road closure, tree down, crime. You can just keep up with what's going on here in DC, right? Metro closures, outages. You can stay informed. How to evacuate, shelters, be aware of weather and getting help. Cooling centers, police, fire. I mean, this is a great app. Like you can see what's going on. And I highly recommend you check this out. Who's interested in downloading this app? I have not heard of it before doing the research for today's session, but I think it would be very useful. It's your crime app, your emergency app, your response app, your emergency app. I think it's just so useful, especially again if you have a mobile device. Leave us on your mobile device. You'll always have access to this particular app. Okay, so that is the HSEMA emergency app. I hope you guys like that. Park Mobile. Anyone drive here? I'm going to hit Apple, and look at that. If I hit open, Yeah, I like that one too, Miss Kim. So make sure you check that out, okay? Try downloading it and see what you find in the app. And here you go. Not the last one on the list, but Park Mobile. If you drive, this is your parking app. So you can pay for your parking very easily on your device. And it's used all across the nation. So even here in DC, Park Mobile, okay? This is what it looks like. You get your parking, you select your location, and you can, again, start parking straight from your Apple device. Isn't that amazing, right? You can even extend your parking from the app too. So whether you have your iPhone or iPad or both, you can also utilize this app too. So let me go ahead and put this here in the chat for you all, okay? And just going over some general but very useful apps for DC residents as well. Look at that, there's some more apps. DC, let's see, this one is this wrong link. DMV mobile app. Oh, I love this app, you guys. If you ever wanted to use the DMV mobile app too, you can do an address request change. You can do an organ donor status change. You can look at Vision Zero educational videos, all these things. You can renew your ID driver's license, practice knowledge test. You can cancel your tags. You can replace or renew your registration. Ticket payment here too. So this is the DMV app. So, maybe instead of having to go to the DMV for something, you can just utilize the app here. So I'm going to go into the share, hit copy link, and here's just, again, another app for you all to utilize. Look at that, DC DMV app. So this one I'm going to go into. It's quite simple. Let me open the DC DMV app. And look at that. Again, about DMV, any license and ID card services, any of that, you can find a DMV location by hitting nearest to me at the bottom or all the locations. Vehicle services, so again, tags, insurance, personalized tag, vehicle inspection, organ donor. You can update your organ donation status here if you'd like, if you are not an organ donor. You can also, ticket services. So you can pay tickets. You can search by your driver's license, the ticket number or the tag number. So you can, if you have any tickets, you can pay those off there. General services. So you can do address change request or request payment. Lots of great services here. Again, at the top left, this is this menu button, but it's just the same options that come up here. So those are, again, some of the apps. Let me go back here. Just double check if there are any other ones. Let's just go DC Go. Again, some apps are just not going to go. Which school? Find my school. Okay. So these 4 apps. I hope they are very helpful. We have the DC DMV app. We have the Park Mobile Pay app. We have the DC Emergency Alert DC services. You have District Direct for your SNAP and your Medicaid. And we also have the 311 app for any 311 services. So, if you are going to check out or take advantage of any of those apps, please raise your hand in Zoom. Okay, I hope you like those 4. It's not too much, but isn't it amazing what you can do on your iPad, for your daily life, straight from there, instead of having to go anywhere and having more time for you in a way. And of course, there are some things where you have to go in person, but for me, I love doing everything online. That way I can have more fun with friends and family and do the things that I like to do. So I do have this article here. In the interest of time, I'm gonna read some of this for you guys, but I thought it was very, very interesting. I'm gonna copy it and share it for you all. Here's a quote: "Listening to your elders' advice, not because they're always right, but because they have more experiences of being wrong." And I agree with that. I'm gonna start from here. "Moreover, elders are like the roots of the tree. They hold the family firmly at all times and make them strong. They are the ideal mentor. From all the experiences they have accumulated over the years, they can judge a situation and give constructive advice to their children. They also play an important role in solving disputes among the family members. Elderly people play an important role in the lives of their grandchildren. They spend time with them, play with them, and teach them important rules and values of life in the form of stories. The stories that they tell have a positive impact on the young minds of children. They also provide a safe and loving environment for children to grow in, which is something that no child care center can provide. Oh, that's the bold statement. But that, that grandparents love, that elderly love is something else. It's a blessing. And yeah, in general, they are a form of blessing for all of us. Wow, I know I just said that, right? They're the greatest treasure of the family, society, and nation. They have an immense ocean of knowledge, experience, and wisdom, which serves as a guidepost for the younger generation. But, sometimes, I hate this, some people view old people as a burden. They believe that elders no longer have the ability to learn new things. But again, our program is, the antithesis of that. According to research, the human brain never stops growing. The loss in reaction time and brain activity leads to gains in decision making and insights. Okay, so even a loss in how fast you are or how fast your brain speaks to itself, oh well, gives us more time to make decisions and have insights and make better thoughts and actions, right? So, oh well, elders are less likely to respond thoughtlessly to negative emotional stimuli and more in control of their emotions, okay? So that's kind of a positive thing that they come out of that negative thing, right? So you always got to look at the good things that come out of maybe some not so good situations, They can focus on what matters in life. They realize that time goes by so fast and the value of things that are important in life becomes clear. They offer a distinctive perspective to every problem, as this is something only time can teach us. Aside from this, many universal truths remain regardless of one's era. We may have entered an era that was nothing more than a fantasy world, but this was only possible because of the teachings of our elders. Isn't that a few amazing sentences? We would not be here today if it wasn't for you all, for our elders, for our seniors in our community. Because right, even 20, 30 years ago, did you imagine that, what we do now these days in 2025 would be possible? So I always got to appreciate history, those that came before us, because we wouldn't be here today without. I hope you like that article, guys. Again, I'm going to copy it, and you could read more about this person's insight. And I thought it was quite interesting and innovative thinking. And I love it. It just makes you think. I hope you all enjoyed that as well. And it's so true. I love it. Let's go ahead and watch this quick video, how social activities impact the health of older adults. So again, this by you coming on, by participating, by sharing your thoughts, by saying your hellos in the chat and having fun. You can see the impact. Hope you guys enjoy.
With the holidays approaching, it's getting colder outside. I mean, really cold. It's important to make sure older adults in your life are still socializing.
One of the things that we learned during the pandemic is that social isolation is a really big problem, and it's probably one of the most recognized contributors to mental health issues now in the United States. And for older individuals, it's a bigger deal.
Right. I mean, especially if you can't get out in the cold, right? So Dr. Ronan Factora, that's who was speaking with the Cleveland Clinic, says loneliness is a precursor for depression. Socializing with others helps improve your mood. It can also be beneficial to someone's cognition and physical health. He says it's okay to be sedentary once in a while, but if it's happening all the time, it'll impact your blood pressure, cholesterol, sugar levels. Dr. Factora suggests visiting those seniors in your life. Ask them, hey, let's go on a walk or an indoor walk or make a meal. Just make sure you make a visit. Dr. Factora says older adults who may already be experiencing those feelings of depression should really talk to their doctor, talk to their family and friends too. They can offer some different options.
That was so quick. But again, what I got from that video is keep staying active socially, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that good stuff is so important for our overall health and for our outlook on life. So just again, by you all coming on and speak with each other, I hope it's made a positive impact in your life. And again, please encourage your iPad friends and community, to keep coming on. I know this is definitely an outlet for myself because I get to share information and share my thoughts, and it makes me feel good helping others. And when you all share your questions and comments and all that good stuff, you all are also helping each other out and yourselves out. Because I know sometimes you just want to get something out. If you want to ask that burning question, it feels so good for you to be able to ask it and things of that nature. So I hope you guys enjoy and keep being socially active. I appreciate that, you guys. And our last activity for today is a game. Okay, so we're going to end off with with working our brains and having fun together. So this is a twofold. You can search for hidden treasures or match gems on hundreds of puzzling levels to explore the Caribbean locations, unravel Amy's family mystery, and follow the gripping story. This intriguing mystery game gives you the chance of finding objects or matching gems in a row to advance in a storyline full of twists and turns set amidst the atmospheric backdrop of the Caribbean. Okay, so this is a 2-in-1, a match 3 game and a hidden object game in one. So we're going to go to the App Store and search for, again, that title or type of app that we want. So the Hidden Treasures Mystery. Let's go to the App Store and use that search bar, the Hidden Treasures Mystery. There you go. I can tap on it. And it will come up right here at the top right-hand side. Keep in mind, there are hundreds and thousands of hidden object games or, of regular games as well. So look at all these other ones here too. So if you may not like this one, there's so many other ones. One I recommend is called June's Journey. We've talked about that before. It's a beautiful and fun app. So I highly recommend that one right here. But let's go into the Hidden Treasures Mystery. Okay, I'm going to copy the link and share it with you all here in the chat. But again, this is our last but fun app for today. I'm going to go ahead and let's go into the app and let's see what it has to offer. All right, you guys. So yeah, I want notifications so I can be notified about anything about the app.
On my mark, cut the rope. Someone's stealing our ball! Now.
Wasn't that a cool cutscene, you guys? Wow. Okay. Yeah, so again, make sure you follow any prompts that you see on the screen. So if you want to help keep this game free, it says allow tracking across apps. When you hit allow, basically to personalize the ads, you can either hit allow or ask app not to track. I'm going to hit not to track. That's okay. Skip anyway. There you go. So we have played this game before. So there will be some tutorial in the beginning, but it's quite simple to navigate. You have your quest here on the left-hand side that you do to advance the game. And you also have your different things here at the bottom that you can all utilize. So the inventory, so something called tools, containers. And as you play the game, you'll learn more about some of these different things here in the game. But even here in the diary, you can look at the story on what's going on, or learn about the characters that you go through here in the game. But here, let's go on the left-hand side. So let's first one. We have to secure all the stuff we have gathered so far. Let's create the first collection. So let me hit accept. And again, this is advancing through the game. It's quite simple to navigate, just going through all the different steps. Let's complete that. Again, as we go through, when you get to new levels, you get more in-game rewards. You have your own ship for traveling. So look at that, you guys. It also brings useful resources you can tap to get a reward. You can even, have fun with your ship and craft it and customize it, right? As you go through, this is like your daily reward. So every 12 hours, you can get a free reward from visiting your ship. Yeah. So on the left-hand side, there are more quests here. Look at the chest I found after we left. I'll give it to you. So they give different stories and things of that nature. Okay. So if you want to play the game, so look at these different spots. Again, you travel the world in this app. Let's go to the Port Horizon. So you can either search or do a match 3. So let's do a search. So here is Port Horizon. So we got to find those items here at the bottom of the screen. So you can unmute yourself and let's see what we can find. We have 3 minutes at the top. We can also use a hint if we want.
The voodoo doll is by the rock, the lower left side.
The voodoo doll to the lower left side. Okay.
See it by the rabbit?
Yes, thank you. Good job.
Let's see.
Yeah. We have the lantern. We have
The
4.
globe is in the ship to the left.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yes. Again, please you all unmute and share. I love that. Good job.
I don't see the objects you're looking for.
So
Pirate hat is on the roof by the time.
yeah. So look at the bottom. You see the lantern, the pattern.
The fork is on the side of the fountain on them bricks.
Okay, I see the bricks. And then Brenda, you were saying the lantern? I think?
No, the pirate hat is on the roof by the time.
Oh, okay. I love that. Good job. You guys are so great.
The lantern.
We need a lantern and an axe. Where are those things?
Oh, the lantern is it's on the house. Where that big wheel is on the side.
The axe is on a barrel by the statue.
Is on the barrel
by the
statue. I see. Oh my gosh, your eyes are so good, Miss Burnett. I love that. Okay, so again, as you play, you get more rewards. And then, again, you have your quest here on the left-hand side. So even if you play a quest or play a game, you're still going to advance the story. So, again, this is the main character here, Amy. So let's kill 2 birds in 1 stone. I'm George Howells, High Commander of the King's Royal Navy. My intelligence says your ship crashed in the ship graveyard. So again, this is story-driven. I love that. And you get to see the characters and see their development. Society down, you must earn my trust. Your ship requires extensive repairs. So again, your quest, it's a full-on story. You see all these different quests right here? It's a ton of fun. So it's this one. I inspected everything we found. I think we should head there. I'm so relieved not come with me. Gain some experience sailing and try to explore. Oh my goodness. Unlock Smuggler's Haven. Oh look, we unlocked a new area, you guys. That's so fun. Unlock. We have enough coins. We have 3,000. We only need 800. Look at that. So we're literally traveling the world here on your app, which is it's so fun. So let's just showcase the match 3, and then we'll end with the search. Okay. So you can make blasts. You know, if you ever played match 3 games before, like the special ones here, you can make columns and rows. So look on the left. This is what we need for the goals. So we need 21 blue shells and we need 22 green icons. So again, you're just swiping with your finger. If you make 4 in a row, you get a special. Try to make more than 1 match at the same time. So look at that. You see that special one that you could do? I thought I could make a T as well. You'll be able to see that. But again, look at your left. See how many moves you have left. And you can see what you need to do. So I need some blue ones. I need some green ones. Here. And look at here at the bottom right-ish. That's a wild one. So if I want all, let's say all the blue ones, there you go. I just swiped and I got all the blue icons. And there you go. That is a match 3. So of course, as you go through, it gets a little bit harder. You get rewards for completing. It's a ton of fun. Okay, let's end with our search. And you can play either one. So whatever's your style, right? So here you go. We have hummingbird, gecko, giant otter, and cobra.
The otter is on the porch.
The hummingbird is on the roof.
Uh-huh. Okay, again, you all can unmute and share. We'd love to hear from you guys.
The cobra is on the lower left.
Uh-huh.
By those
salamanders on the roof.
The monkey is on the roof, on the side.
Uh-huh. I see it.
Yeah, the gecko is on the the roof. Well, not the roof, but
Yeah.
the whatever that is.
Right, the front
Front part of the roof.
Yes, good job. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do the ship graveyard. Let's do a search 3 here. Just might as well. And then another location. So one more. Oh, this one looks pretty good.
Poison seagull.
More.
Bottle poison on the lower right. On that
I see.
narrow.
Good job.
Let's see. Seagull is on the rock in the middle.
I know that's right.
I see the drum up on the right top.
Right top. Yeah.
The parrot is up to the in the middle. In the middle
Yeah, we got a mortar. What is
mortar? What is a mortar?
Is that the thing crawling on that by the rope?
That thing crawling by the rope.
Or is it the other thing coming this way? Oh, that's a turtle.
Oh, I didn't know what it was, but I tapped somewhere and I found it. It looked like a rod thing. Let me look it up. And then mortar, M-O-R-T-A-R. Okay, it's a mortar. I think of that like cement. Or it's a looks like it's a weapon. Oh, masonry. Okay, so I think it was that mortar was like a rod kind of weapon kind of thing.
Like the point sticking out on it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was that.
That's it.
So you see, even when playing a game, you can learn something new, right? Read Amy's Adventures Here. So yes, this is the story. So this game is quite extensive. You can do so many different things and complete quests, and I would definitely try to check it out. I hope you guys liked it, and you guys did a great job with that hidden objects. I love it, you all. Thank you all so much. I hope you all have fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you so much. So to end our session today, again, I really appreciate you all coming on, and I'd love to hear any thoughts or any comments or anything new that you learned, or how do you think this will be helpful for you today? So again, we went over this quote right here about enthusiasm. What is Older Americans Month? We went over the DAPL app. We learned more about Older Americans Month, the ACL. We also watched a video on some things to look out for in regards to our health. We went over some DC apps like the DMV app, the emergency app, or the 311 app. We learned about the importance of elderly people in our lives and how social activities positively impact our health. And then went over a fun game that definitely uses all parts of your brain for the story, for the gameplay, and for a fun setting. So I hope you like that 201 as well. So what apps are you interested in trying out? What is one new fact that you learned today? How do you stay active socially, healthy-wise, and how will these apps improve your daily life? I want you to raise your hands. I'd love to hear from you guys. It was so fun to edit and to add information to the session today. And it was a ton of fun. So I hope you utilize all these different apps in your daily lives. So any of these questions and or general comments for our session today. But make sure you stay on for our poll at the end. First up is Geraldine and then Gracie. Thank you all so much for coming on.
Yeah. Well, how will these apps improve your daily life? Now, the DMV app would improve my daily life. I like the fact that you can pay your tickets on there. You can monitor your driver's license. You can do a number of things on the DMV app so that you don't have to go into the DMV and stand in line forever.
I love that. Make sure you check it out and see what you may need to do on that app, and to let others know about it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Geraldine. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. We got Gracie next. Again, any of these questions or any general comments? Thanks so much for coming on.
Yes, DACL. If you look at the chat, I'll put in there what a great help it has been to me, that department there. They came in and they fall-proofed my home. They gave me a walk-in, they cut it out and made it into a walk-in shower for me. after I had that fall, they came out and did so many things around here to help me. And so far, thank God, I haven't fallen again. And how do I stay active? Well, I try to walk, get out as often as I can. Social, I go to church a lot, so I don't have to tell you about that. And to stay healthy, I watch my diet and exercise. So those two things have really played a great part in keeping me as active and, well, as young as I feel.
And you sure sound it. So you keep doing what you're doing, and I'm glad Safe at Home from DACA was able to assist you. So I mean, for anything, utilize that DACA app to call, to chat, to connect, to get help. They're there for assistance. So keep doing what you're doing, Miss Gracie. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we got let's see, we got Ms. Doris next. And again, any thoughts on our session today? Any answers to these questions? I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I've used that motor vehicle one app to pay tickets, and it was really good because they take it right away. And the game that we played, I've played that before. So these the apps that's on there, I enjoy them, and I look forward to trying some of the other ones.
Oh, I love that, Ms. Doris. Yes, I shared all those links there in the chats, and I try downloading some of those that you may want to visit later on or utilize. And I'm so happy that you played that app, that game that we went over. I'm sure you're farther into the story than I am, but I'm sure it gets even more fun and a little more challenging to keep our brains going. Thank you, Ms. Doris. Again, make sure you stay on that. And then, so that way you can make sure everything is together, okay?
Okay.
I appreciate that, Ms. Doris. Okay. All right, we got Ann next, and then Miss Jeanette. Again, any general thoughts, any answers to these questions?
Well, I found everything interesting, but I've used DACL. Like Gracie, their Safe at Home program is part of the district stuff, and they got my chair fixed, and then the 311, you had them on, and I found out that there's so much stuff that you could do. I passed that on to my friend, and she's is bipolar, and I try to help her with things. She doesn't quite grasp some of the things that people are saying, and people don't take patience, try to explain stuff. But I've dealt with 311, and they always have somebody on there, and they helped us. And what she didn't understand, I was able to help. And the lady thanked me for being kind enough to navigate. So it's I'm trying to be healthy. I've been trying to do that for over a year now. I've gotten my exercise and stuff has gotten behind because of all the stuff that's gone on this year, but I'm hoping to get back to that too. So I found all the apps very interesting. I love the hidden pictures.
Yes, you have the hidden treasure mystery.
It's easier to do it on the iPad because they get new ones. And then when you used to do it in the book, you buy the book and you saving money, because if you buy the book, once you do the puzzle, you have to throw the books away when it's finished.
Oh, well, I love that point, because the apps is everlasting fun. So.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I love the jigsaw puzzles, all that stuff that we've been learning and doing. And so thank you very much for these apps to help us seniors. This is really, really, really interesting. And
I appreciate that, Anne.
And 311 is really very helpful. Getting you to housing, to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So when you utilize the app, then call them. They'll be able to assist with many different things.
And if they don't know what to think, they'll direct you to somebody that will. They don't just say, "Well, we don't do that."
Yeah, they do. So make sure you check out that 311 video and check out that app. So you can.
Yes, I will. I will go back over that again.
Thank you so much, Anne. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
And everybody have a God bless weekend.
And then we got Miss Jeanette. Thank you so much for your patience. Any answers to these questions or any general thoughts for today's session? Make sure you
I was really appreciate all these apps. I was familiar with many of them, but I wasn't familiar with the Administration for Community Living app. I had never heard of that. ACL.gov.
Well, yeah,
So
their organization. So yeah, we're Department of Aging and Community Living for DC, but ACL just for the whole country. So I learned that myself, and I felt a little. I was like, I should have known about this, but hey, you learn, and they have a lot of great resources on their website. So I would definitely check that out.
yes, I am, and I really like DACL. In fact, Safe at Home just called me. I don't really have any motor problems, but I need some. They replaced my friend's railings outside coming up the steps, and mine are coming apart. So they said they could probably do that. So anyway, I have an appointment with them. So I'm glad they finally called me. And they do get back to you if you call them.
Yeah, call, use the app, you can submit your, do the live chat, or again, utilize the app here for your request. So what you did, and I love that you got your, that help that you need. So
I usually do use the app, or either I email them. I'm not good for actually calling them. So actually they called me, but I always use the app or the email, because for me it's easier. But I do stay active. I'm sorry, dear. I do stay active. I exercise regularly. I like to walk. One day I walked about 5 miles. I was on the phone talking with a friend, so I didn't even realize how far I had walked. But it makes me feel healthy. I socially, I go to the Kingdom Hall, so I worship with my friends, and I've been eating healthy for quite some time. So all these reminders are good, because sometimes you can get out of step with doing things that are good for you. So having all these programs and things through this, what you're doing is really helpful, and thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure, Ms. Jeanette. I was just saying you did what you got to do to get help. So, no matter what way or different way you do it, as long as you do it and you get that help, it's a win for all. So keep doing what you're doing. And I appreciate those kind words, Ms. Jeanette. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really do. I really appreciate it, you guys. I'm really, again, looking forward to all of our other sessions for the week. But today was a very pleasure. I had so much fun. It was, I learned a lot myself and from my friends and my family and my community. So I hope you all share these different resources as well with others. So please make sure you all stay on for our poll. So that way you can let us know how you felt about the session today. But thank you all so much for coming on. And make sure you check out our 12 o'clock talk show tomorrow and our module tomorrow at 1:30. All right, so I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks so much for coming on. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Love you.
Bye.
Alex. Thanks, Alex.